Well, today is Halloween, and I thought to myself, why not do another movie review that's kind of set around, the holiday? So I'm going to be giving you guys my review for The Crow. And I'm sure a lot of you know the premise of the movie, but I'm just going to say it anyway. The premise of the movie is, like a year later after his and his fiance's tragic murder, a man is brought back to life, and then he makes it his mission to go after those responsible for his death and his fiance's death, and that's basically the plot of the movie. And what really makes this movie really captivating is um, Brandon Lee's portrayal of our lead character Eric Draven. And when and this is like the first time, at least for me, I mean, I feel like this is the first time where Brandon Lee was able to escape from his father's shadow. Because every other movie that he's done, it's basically where, people will go to see his movies just to see him, like rough up bad guys and stuff, basically. Where he was basically typecast in roles that his dad probably would have played in. And we really didn't really get to really see him, like as an actor. We just sort of saw him, like basically kick ass, like in all of his other movies. And here, this is like a golden opportunity to see how talented he is as an actor. And when I see him in this performance, even back to when I didn't really care for the movie that much as a kid, I look at Eric Draven. I don't think to myself like, or like, there's nothing about his performance where you go, oh look, there's Bruce Lee's kid. Yeah, it's Bruce Lee's kid. Yeah. I mean, like, nothing. I mean, like, he really stood out on his own. Like, where I'm like, I don't see Brandon Lee. I don't see Bruce Lee's son. I see Eric Draven. I mean, that's how fantastic he was. The sadness that he brought to the role, and the anger and everything. I mean, it's just a really tragic love story, like about a man who had everything taken away from him, and he's being brought back, and he's reliving that tragedy all over again. It's just, I mean, it's deep. It's really deep. And even though it is fun to watch him, like confront and pick off, like each of those assholes one by one, and then also like, and his fighting style, it's nothing, like, oh, kung fu or anything like that. It's just very straightforward, and it's just, that's what I love about this movie, like where it's just pretty straightforward, and it's very entertaining to watch. Not only, and it's also nostalgic, obviously, and it's very 90s. I mean, like, it's very, like, when you watch it, it does have a 90s tone to it, and it's really fun. Like a 90s a 90s movie based off of a comic book, which is what it is. It's based off of a comic book series, and it's really, it really holds up after all these years. And I want to knock myself in the head for not really appreciating it, like back then when it was brand new. I mean, I just didn't really pay much attention to it, but as I became an adult, I was like, I was really missing out. Like, what the hell was wrong with me? And yeah, I mean, like, it's definitely a classic. And I'm gonna, okay, now I'm gonna get to a spoiler near the end. So if you have not seen the movie, you may want to stop the video right here. So with that all being said, I'm gonna give you my rating for the movie. So I will give this movie 4.5 chair spins out of 5. So here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4.5 chair spins. Okay, spoiler time. So get off the video. I'm pretty sure a lot of you have seen the movie, but if you haven't, stop it right here. Okay. Now, when it gets towards the end, where it gets to where Eric has to confront the main villain of the movie, Top Dollar, um, like, I remember Brandon Lee in his interviews about the movie, where Eric saying that his character was given 2 days to basically seek justice, it wasn't exactly that simple. It's not like when it went to the second day, it's like, okay, now that his time is up after that. And that, it wasn't really, that's not how the plot panned out. It really panned out to where Top Dollar, like came up with this theory, or well, where his sister came up with this theory, like, well, he what if he's linked to that crow? Like take the crow out, and then we can destroy the man. And that's basically what happens, where they shoot the crow, and Eric's healing factor is gone, and he's basically screwed at this point. And that's where they get the upper hand on him. But Eric was still able to, basically kill Top Dollar before Top Dollar was able to kill him. So they basically killed each other. And it's pretty deep. Man, this movie is such a deep movie. Like, wow. and then like, it's like the more I watch it, and it kind of breaks my heart a little bit, because of with Brandon Lee, like what happened, like on set, that tragedy, that this was his last movie, and he wasn't even done with it yet before he unfortunately passed away during production. And it's just sad. I mean, like, just to really think about that, and then you see what Eric's going through, and then it's just it hits me sometimes. And even by the end of the movie, I mean, I just have a hollow feeling in there. Not to where I don't like the movie, but where it's just like the story is just so it's really sad. It really is. And I gotta say, this movie, it was just fine on its own. It didn't need all those fucking sequels or anything like that. But I know it's based off of a comic book series, but I boycotted all the sequels. I refuse to watch them to this day. I mean, I'm not gonna watch them at all, and I'm glad that the remake, was in trouble. Like with having Jason Momoa behind it and all that stuff. I'm like, that doesn't sound that appealing to me. So I'm glad that the production is basically, like in a bit of a bind, in a juicy pickle. But you ask me, this movie holds basically holds up just fine on its own. And so I'd say watch that movie and then just ignore the rest. But if you really want to watch them, go right ahead. But I mean, they look stupid to me. No offense to anybody who enjoys those other movies, but I just like, nah, no thanks, I'm good. So yeah, if you guys enjoyed my review for The Crow, make sure you thumb up the video, and make sure you click subscribe if you're new to the channel, and make sure you click the notification bell so you can be updated on my latest videos. Thank you for watching, and I hope you guys have an awesome Halloween, and don't eat too much candy, and if you're gonna do a Halloween prank, make sure it's really epic. That's what I'm gonna say. Make sure it's very epic. And I'll see you guys in my next video. Peace out, y'all.